All right, it's Saturday, so happy weekend coming up. It's here. I wanted to give you a last look-see. I know I've been giving you a lot of look-sees, but this is important, this step. Well, to me it is. It's prep, prep. Everything's in the prep. So if you don't have proper prep, yeah, well, you're not going to have a nice job, a nice completion. It's going to be it. So, I kind of went a little crazy with my landmarks, as you can see, right? Let me push you in so you can see better. Yeah, I kind of went a little crazy. I got a line here. Yeah, and I got, lines. I showed you my lines, but I had to get this line today, and I had to finish up putting landmarks on this roll. And then I just decided to take this one out. This is it right here. So, I was thinking about maybe changing my tactic with putting thin set down on my line landmarks, and I still don't know yet. I'm going to see. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do the toilet and the shower the way I talked about, going over. Let me get a trowel. Oh, I got my trowels here too. I don't have my thin set mixed yet, but here's my float. I'm going to use the float to kind of compress my my trowel mark, troweling of my thin set. So here's I'm going to use either or, whatever works best. So what I explained, when I get ready to thin set, which is going to be pretty soon, take it and go over, over my landmark line on the other side. And I want to do that because I want to have a nice bead of thin set underneath the seam. And I want to make this side ready with an already troweled area by my landmark. Now what I was thinking about doing, and I might still do this, is come right up to the edge of my landmark and trowel away, right? And then when I get this side, come up to the edge of it, trowel away. But if I do that, I'm not going to have any thin set right where the seam is. And don't forget, I'm not worried about if the thin set kind of seeps up through the seam, because I'm going to be sealing the seams with my, where is it? Oh, it's somewhere. With the thin membrane, the waterproofing membrane. Remember that? The thin strip? That's going to be acting as a seam sealer. And I'm going to be troweling with thin set on top, because you would hear that to the Ditra with thin set. So, I'm just sitting on the fence on that one. There's two ways to do it. And I'm going to be making and I already said this in the other videos, I'm going to mix my thin set loose, which will give me a little bit more setup time. Because once I get all this down, I think I'm going to stop right around here, right? On this corner. I'll probably go past this corner because I'll get this corner down. So when I roll this side up, all I have to do is just worry about getting it just a little bit past this corner here. But it would really come in handy if I do up to the line, for instance, and this is what I thought about. It would come in real handy if I come up to my lines with the thin set and trowel away, right? And then when I get to this side, I thin set and trowel away, right? But again, I won't really have any thin set underneath where the seam is, unless it's kind of oozes out a little bit, and if I get real close. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little break. You always got to take breaks. I do anyway. You know that. So let me pull you out. Hold on. Okay. So we are going to get this done today because it's raining out. It's a cruddy day, Saturday. And it's almost 1 o'clock, and I've been doing little small things, getting ready, my buckets and whatnot. I just have to mix my thin set. I'll do that in the shop and then bring it in. And I don't even know if I'm going to let it oh, what's the word? Slag? No. Quelch. There's some kind of weird word for it. You mix your thin set in a bucket and you let it simmer for 5 minutes because that's what you do. Somebody decided that way before I started laying tile. So you let it, I don't know, I think it gives it the opportunity to just kind of calm down, and then you give it a little bit more of a stir, and then you're ready to go. So quelch, I think quelch is the word. That's a weird word. Who came up with that word? I don't know, it wasn't me. So the plan for today, and then I'll let you go. The plan for today is installing my Ditra all the way down on the floor. Maybe even get some seam sealing done with my thin strips of the waterproofing membrane. You know, the thin stuff. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Hold on a sec. It's this stuff here. It looks like a roll of toilet paper. At least this one does, right? And I don't know if there's an up and down because it looks like they're both the same texture. There's a little bit of texture here. And it looks like maybe the same kind of texture here. But I'm going to just kind of lay it down the way it wants to be laid down. So if I unroll it, I'm going to call this the top and this is the bottom. All right. So this is my seam sealer. This is what I'm going to be sealing up the seams. And I'll be using it up against the walls. And I got pieces for the corners. So there's a whole process to this stuff. Can't just put it down. You got to think about it a little bit. And then, of course, when muscle memory takes over, you don't really have to think about it. You just get in there and do it because you know how to do it. And, you know, you get muscle memory. So, all right. This thing's going long enough. I'll leave you with a shot of... Let me get you a good shot here. I'll leave you with this shot right there. All right. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Give me a lot more to come.